Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Swing Wing Sing here, and today on the desk we have another unboxing, and this time it is a helicopter. Yes, so we've got another helicopter on the desk, though I don't usually do helicopters, but over the last few years I have on and off built a couple of helicopters, and the most recent one was a Mi-8 of the Indian Air Force. I felt that it came out really well, and the person that I made it for also gave me similar feedback that, you know, it's come out really nice. So that's one. And of course, before that I had made a couple of Mi-24 and Mi-35 helicopters, and those also came out pretty nice. You can see them in the pictures here. So the Mi-35 and Mi-25 helicopters, the Mi-35 was actually done in a what-if scenario, you know, and this was done sometime in 2022, I guess, and that was soon after the Galwan Valley skirmish that happened between India and China. You know, after that, there was a lot of patrolling that happened over the Pangong Tso Lake. And then there was another Mi-24 that I did before that, which was done in the Sierra Leone scenario, wherein the Indian armed forces were involved and the Mi-24s were sent for action out there. So today we have another workhorse of the Indian Air Force. Of course, what you see here is the SA-316B Alouette III Gendarmerie, but this is better known as the Chetak helicopter in the Indian Air Force, Army and Navy. It has served in all three defense services, and it's served for almost 60 years before it was retired. Some of them are still flying today, but they will also be retired. So what we have is a Heller boxing of the Alouette III, and I will refer to it as Chetak because that's the one that I'm going to build. For those of you who don't know what Chetak is, one of the great Indian warriors from Mewar in the 16th century was Maharana Pratap. He had a battle horse called Chetak, and the qualities of the horse were that he was quick, fast and strong, which earned him the nickname of Chetak. So we've got Heller. It says Fabriqué en France, which means made in France. This is the SA-316B Alouette III Gendarmerie, scale 172. It's got 66 pieces. The size of it is 178 by 161 mm, so that's roughly 17 centimeters by 16 centimeters. Two decorations provided. Well, they call it decorations here. What they actually mean is the decals. I don't know what decals there are. I think one of them is going to be French Air Force, which I can see here on the box art, but I don't know which one is the other. Is it Indian Air Force? I don't know. We'll find out. Then it gives you the name of the site, www.heller.fr, the name of the helicopter here. So let's move to the first longer edge. 7 languages in which they've given you some information here. It says intended for collectors aged 14 and over. Pictures are not binding. Plastic model kit ready to assemble and to paint. Recommended glue and Heller paints. See opposite table. So there's something on the opposite side as well. Packaging instructions to be retained. Can be used as a storage box. I don't think, looking at the condition of this box, actually, it doesn't look like I can use it as a storage box. Anyway, then it gives you the address of factory where this was produced. So that's the address there. So let's move to the opposite end. And here you can see that the package is torn out here, but similar to what we have on the main box art. It says Heller, gives you the scale, 66 pieces. So it shows you you know, the dimensions here, 178 mm. So I think both the decorations or both the decals are French decals here. Okay, moving to the shorter edge. Let me turn this around like so. So we've got Hella. It gives you the scale, the reference number 80286. That's the kit number. Then the barcode and the same box art that we have on the main cover. And then we move to the back of the box. It says Information sur l'original, information about the original. And what does it say? Well, I'm going to read the English one. So in April 1963, the first two HIS 3160 Alouette III French Gendarmerie helicopters, number 1097 FMJB, and this included in the kit, were put into service at the Lyon-Braun helicopter base. Liked very much for its maneuverability, enabling visual night flights, it was the ideal helicopter for surveillance and rescue operations. And I do agree with that. The reason why all of the armed forces, the Army, Navy, and the Air Force, have used this helicopter extensively, and the reason why it was chosen is because it was very small. Caveat: I have actually flown in one of the Indian Air Force Chetak helicopters. It actually looks like a horse. The ground clearance is very little. You can just hop into the helicopter. You don't even need a sort of a staircase to get in to the helicopter. Just open the doors and hop in. Very small, very easy to maintain, but very, very noisy. And that's what I know from my experience. The forces have used it for more than 6 decades, so it's definitely, it has stood the test of time. So then we have the paint scheme. So it says Hella, Humbrol, and Revell. So it gives you all those various colors that you're going to use. But of course, I'm not going to use that because I am going to build this in the Indian Army scheme. And the idea I have in mind is to build this particular helicopter. As you can see, it's an all green helicopter. As much as I would have liked to build it in the helicopter that I flew in, but this is going to be made for a person who has requested it. So I am going to make it for him in the scheme that he has asked for, and which is the Indian Army scheme. Okay, and then we've got the decals here. So you've got certain markings here. You've got the rotor markings on top and some fuselage markings. So that's the look at the decal sheet. And let's quickly now open the box. And because it's sealed here, let's quickly cut open the seal. And okay, so we've got, what is that? Aviation, Hella. Okay, so information about various Hella models, and that is nice. That's a nice booklet there. We've got the Fuga Magister, another kit that I really wish to build sometime soon. I've got it in my stash. BF 109, the Tunnan Swedish Hellcat, quite a lot of Hella kits. And definitely I have built, you know, the Mirages. Oh, they've got the Yacht Viggen as well. Constellation and what have you. Interesting. So some dimensions of each aircraft given here. So that's quite a nifty little pocket booklet there. I built the Mirage 2000s a couple of times from Hella. They were nice, simple, easy to build kits. So that's the book. And then we've got a bag of clear parts, and I don't think this canopy looks very clear, and there's a lot in this canopy which will have to be very carefully masked to paint it. So let's put that to the side. Then we've got the instruction sheet, and then we've got a few sprues here. So let's have a look at 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 sprues here, and we'll look at them one by one. So this is the first one that's there in my hand. We've got certain, I think we've got the cockpit floor, some cockpit parts, the tail rotor and the main rotor assembly pins. Then we've got the tail hook assembly over here as well. The parts seem to be a little thick, so I think they'll stand a little bit of pressure As you remember, if you've seen my Mi 8 video, you know, those parts were so thin that, you know, even the slightest bit of pressure would break them down. Anyway, coming back. So we've got the seats, funny looking seats though. But yeah, it's what it is. A little more of the rotor assembly out here. And that's that. Sprue number 3, it's got the rotors, rotor blades. It's got the engine out here. Some parts, I don't know what these are, look like some sort of antennae and exhausts out here. So that's the third sprue, and the fourth sprue, of course, is the fuselage, which is pretty damn simple. It's going to be a small kit, I guess, a small model when it assembles, but I'm sure it's going to look cute. So those are the 4 sprues. And then let's look at the last thing that we had, which is the instructions and the decal sheet. So that's the instruction sheet. And how do you open this? Okay. So it spreads out like so. You've got all the steps mentioned out here. Let me give you a better view of it. Here we go. So that's the entire single leaflet with the instructions on one side, 13 instructions on one side, and we've got a couple of more. So 15 instructions of assembly in total, and then you've got a very nice and big color detail here. But this is for the French Navy or the French Air Force, and I won't be using that because, of course, I'm building the Indian Army Chetak helicopter. Instructions also give you certain details about the helicopter itself, and I believe that's it. Oh, it says you can attach some decals into the cockpit, so which is nice. And the last thing, of course, is the decal sheet, which I am not going to use. Now, I'm not sure if these rotor markings are used on the Indian Army ones, but I'll check some pictures. And if not, then of course I'll leave them off. But a nice set of decals there from Hella. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen, the SA316B Alouette III, or the Chetak. And I am going to start off with this build shortly. If you like this video, please follow the algorithm, click the thumbs up, do consider subscribing to the channel because that helps me bring you more content like this. Stay tuned for the full build video coming up after this. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. See you again. Bye-bye.